Hello everyone, welcome to the Corner Library on this Sunday the 7th of September. Of course, as always, I'm filming this for you on Sunday to upload to be available on the channel on Monday, which will be Monday the 8th of September. It is an overcast day. We have had thunderstorms early this morning, which is exciting. And we're just having a little bit of constant rain. It's not heavy, but it's constant. So we're very excited about that. As always, we love the rain. And of course, we need it here on the farmland. So I hope your week has been exciting or relaxing. Whatever it is that you have wanted out of your week, I hope it has been just that. And here we are, now ready to get into some really wonderful, exciting, interesting, heartwarming novels. Let's get into it. Now, once we have been through these novels, I will explain the book competition that is coming up. So let's get into this first, and then I'll give you all the details about the competition. By the way, sorry everyone. By the way, for those of you who have just joined, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you find this interesting or pleasurable in any way, and I hope you continue to join us. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so, and it does eventually it does help the channel in some form or other. That's what the channel's all about, is to not only bring content to you, but then perhaps for it to be financially viable so that we can continue to bring great content to you. Okay, let's get into it. I'm so excited today. Okay, we have English writer Claire Gradich. Now, I think I may have presented some of this to you before, or this particular one to you before. This is The Unexpected Return of Josephine Fox and A Conflict of Interest. There is also in this series Treachery at Hurley Park House, I think it is. Sorry, everyone. I'm just watching Arthur because he's walking around. So my eyes will dart across the room every now and then. I'm just watching, making sure that he doesn't hit, not that he is inclined to do that, but he may hit the camera if I'm not careful. Or you will hear a bang of something else. The lamp will go down or something. So I'm just watching him. So I apologize if my eyes dart across the room. Okay. Claire Gradich. Now, as I say, the other one in this series is Treachery at Hurley Park House. I think this, the Conflict of Interest was 2023, I think. Let me just have a look, everyone. We'll go through the nitty-gritties first. Where are you? This is, well, it was first published in the UK in 2022, but I think it was this particular edition, this smaller paperback, was 2023. This one I think was 2019, something like that. Yes, first published by Zafra, by the way, Zafra Publishing, and this one was 2019. That, I think I have presented this before, but if not, it doesn't matter because this whole segment is about Claire Gradich. Now, this is the latest, and I think Treachery at Hurley Park House, or Hursley Park House, I think it is, that was, I think, the same year, or if this was 2022, maybe that was 2023. But anyway, I picked up this one just recently and thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, these novels are set in the 1940s. Our protagonist is Jo Fox, or Josephine Fox. She is married, but her husband's a rather elusive sort of character. Now, in this one, this is in 1944 in Romsey in England, and her wayward husband, she's she doesn't matter that Joe doesn't really care that he is not on the scene and that he goes missing. Now in this one, he goes missing, and she's not too perturbed by it all until a burnt out vehicle is found with a body in it, and there is the possibility that her husband Richard is involved. She also has, in both of these, in all of them actually, even in the Treachery at Horsley Park House, she has a friend by the name of Bram. He is a coroner as well as her friend. And in this one, he helps her out in all of the mysteries and solving the murders and things. But in this one, Bram is possibly implicated too. So Joe really needs to find out what's going on. These are a great, comfy, cozy read. I love them. I think they're fantastic. She's got a great sense of mystery. I really like Jo. I really like the protagonist. I think she's really good fun. And Bram, I like him as well. They're just great. They're set in the 1940s during the war in England. As I say, most of them, I think this one from memory was in Romsey as well. Yes, this one is in Romsey as well. Really, really good fun. I recommend them. English and just a really good, fun, comfy, cozy read. Murder mystery. Okay, this next one is by Niall Williams. He is an Irish author. This is Happiness, and I think this was last year. Let me just have a look, everyone. No, it was first published in Britain Great Britain in 2019 by Bloomsbury Publishing. I don't know why I thought it was last year. That's really strange. But anyway, I picked this one up and because I love his writing, but he also has, one of his books has been turned into a movie, and that is The 4 Letters of Love. You probably have seen it being advertised. His writing is poignant and atmospheric and reflective, a really good observer of human norms, or what are considered norms, and human behaviours, but also how that reflects upon and reflects in society. Now, this is Happiness. It is about a 17-year-old Noel, who, I think it's Noel, is it? I can't remember now. Oh, yes, it is Noel. It is Noel. Sorry, I'm getting confused between Niall and Noel. So, yes, our protagonist is 17-year-old Noel. He leaves the seminary where he was training, and he goes back to a fictional, this is all fiction, so he goes back to a town in Ireland, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, by the name of Fahar. And there are a couple of things that happen in this. One is it's a very old, established, perhaps in some ways backward town. It doesn't have electricity. And in amongst all of this sort of coming of age process with Noel, we have the installation of electricity within the town. At the same time, Noel has a lodger by the name of Christy enter the scene. This is just compelling. His writing is, it's just so emotive and, as I say, atmospheric. I just found that once I started reading this, I couldn't, and I didn't want to leave the story or the town. I really loved it, and I'm really looking forward to watching The 4 Letters of Love, because it does have one of my favourite actresses, Helena Bonham Carter. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm so excited. But this is obviously, same author, same sense of feeling and ability to really get that sense of humans and their behaviours and their foibles and their quirks and all of that. So this is also about community and their the attractiveness of that, and their, again, the not the darker side, but just the less attractive side of small communities and things like that. It's beautiful. It really is a beautiful novel. So there is that. This is also, it shows the paradoxes within a community as well as being overall this coming of age story. I recommend this. Perhaps if I read the first page, his writing is just beautiful. I'm just in love with his writing. So the first chapter is It Had Stopped Raining. And then we go on to the second, which is, I'll just read the first paragraph. Nobody in Fahar could remember when it started. Rain there on the western seaboard was a condition of living. It came straight down and sideways, frontwards, backwards, and any other wards God could think of. It came in sweeps, in waves, sometimes in veils. It came dressed as drizzle, as mizzle, as mist, as showers, frequent and widespread, as a wet fog, as a damp day, a drop, a dripping, and an out-and-out downpour. It came the fine day, the bright day, and the day promised dry. It came at any time of the day and night and in all seasons, regardless of calendar and forecast, until in Fahar your clothes were rain and your skin was rain and your house was rain with a fireplace. It's beautiful and I do recommend it. Now this one is, everyone, this is around about 380 pages. It's a beautiful read. I recommend it. It took my heart away. It took my breath away. It was just absolutely beautiful. Now, the other thing I forgot to tell you about in relation to Claire Gradige's novels is this one is around about 382. And the first one, which I didn't want to go into because I'm sure I've discussed this before, but if I haven't, I really do recommend them. They're a bit of a series. So this one's 1941 in Romsey, and this one goes into 1944. And I think the Treachery at Hursley Park is perhaps 1942 or 43. I think it's set. Oh no, hang on. Actually, it may be a little bit after that. But anyway, it's the 1940s. This one it's a little bit bigger. I think it's about 400. Oh, no, it's 370. So that's those two. That's, honestly, it is absolutely beautiful. And I cannot wait to see the movie adapted, the book, The Four Letters of Love, adapted to the movie. I cannot wait. Okay. Oh, and Irish author. Niall Williams is. I don't know if I told you that. Rachel Hoare. I bought this from Tea Leaves and Reads in Weyhill in England, in Hampshire. As those of you who have been watching for a while, you know that I do buy a box of books every now and then from Tea Leaves and Reads. They're often unusual that we can't get here in Australia, or we don't get them until much later. And more often than not, I buy their hardcovers because we don't get a lot of hardcovers here in Australia. And they have, oftentimes I have in the past bought sprayed edges, hardcovers, signed copies. Anyway, I did buy this because I think it was on sale from memory. This is One Moonlit Night by Rachel Hoare. This is our protagonist, Maggie. I think it's set in, from memory, 1944. And her husband is away fighting in France. She has 2 children. She's in London. For the safety of the children and herself, she takes herself to Norfolk to the childhood home of her husband to be a little closer to him and also for their own safety away from the bombing of London. And in doing so, she not only realises that the war has created a distance between her and her husband. He is missing, by the way. He's missing in action. Maddie doesn't believe that he is dead. Those around her do. And so she goes to her husband's childhood home, and she realises that not only has the war separated them, but there are some secrets that may have separated them too. Now, this begins, I think it's 1970 from memory. Oh, by the way, this is also signed. That's why I bought it, that Rachel Hoare has signed it. Yes, 1977 we begin. And it goes back to 1934 and then 1941 and so on. This is beautifully written. It's a great story. It's believable. There are really good twists and turns in this that keep you intrigued, keep you reading. She's a great writer. She is a great writer. Now, one thing I do want to tell you, she has, and some of you may be aware, she wrote A Beautiful Spy and The Love Child. I haven't read The Love Child, but I have read A Beautiful Spy, and she's a great writer. She's lovely. So I recommend that hardcover. As I say, I think I bought this. It may have been on special, I think, from Tea Leaves and Reads. That is a bookshop I do recommend for those of you who are interested. It is better if you are overseas to buy from Tea Leaves and Reads, to buy a box of books. It actually works out cheaper because it goes by weight. So let's say, for instance, you're buying, and it's probably like this wherever you are, it's probably like this in your own country. I know it is here in Australia. Let's say a paperback is 250 grams. We still pay the same post up to 1 kilo. So it's probably better to buy 4 paperbacks. If you're sending them overseas, it's better to buy 4 than pay this, and you're paying the same post. And it is like that in England. So I know Tea Leaves and Reads are now accepting overseas purchases. For a while there they weren't, because they had an illness in the family. So they were a little bit under pressure, but now they are, and I recommend them. Their service is exemplary. I have said that before. They present the books beautifully. They have some really unusual novels with great authors. They believe in the books. They believe in the authors. They also sell book-associated things, so bookmarks, tea, chocolate, hot chocolate, socks. I have bought socks from them before. So I do recommend that you, if you can, they are an independent bookshop, so if you are wanting unusual, signed, sprayed edges, hardcovers, they are a wonderful shop to buy from. So that is that, everyone. My coffee is going cold. I hope you all have a cuppa. I think that's a little cold. That's okay. Now, one thing before I go, this is a short one today, but one thing before I go, the book competition. Now, I think I have here my diary. I just want to make sure that I get the dates correct. Let me just get my diary, everyone. Okay. Now, today is Sunday the 7th. You will be seeing this, or I will be uploading it for you for Monday the 8th. The book competition begins on Monday the 15th. So that's next Monday. I will sit here and give you at least 6 questions that must be answered before you enter the competition, well, as part of entering the competition. And it will finish on Monday the 29th of September. So it begins next week on Monday the 15th of September 2025, and it finishes on Monday Monday the 29th. Now, this is so that I can have the books sent to you before Christmas, certainly before November, because the channel does have, I have another project, partially to do with the channel and partially a personal project. So I'm taking you along with me on those projects, but I want to have the book competition complete and books sent out before November. Right, having said that, there will be at least 6 questions that you will need to answer in order to enter the competition. You may enter it anywhere around the world. It doesn't matter. I know that America at the moment is having issues with being allowed the rest of the world is allowed to send things to you, but any parcel now, even a personal parcel, I think incurs a $200 tax on any American receiving that parcel. So what we're going to do with anyone from America entering, and if you win the competition, then we will organise with you and your local bookshop to have a book sent to you. So we're circumnavigating that issue, everyone. So wherever you are in the world, you are more than welcome to apply to enter this competition. Now, there will be 2 winners, one in the Northern Hemisphere and one in the Southern Hemisphere, just as we did last year on Australian Book Travels. On Australian Book Travels last year, of course, Australian Book Travels did have the book recommendations and the travel around Australia. This year, I split the channel into the Corner Library, concentrating on books and reviews and bookshops and publishers. And Australian Book Travels has now been left to concentrate just on travel around Australia and Australian country towns. So last year in the book competition, I incorporated questions that incorporated the 2 facets of Australian Book Travels. This year, it will just be about the Corner Library. So there will be an assortment of questions about books, perhaps about things that you have seen on this channel or that have to do with this channel. So be aware, everyone, there will be at least 6 questions, at the most 12 questions. In between the next Monday, the beginning date of the competition, and the end date of the competition, I think that's 2 weeks, you can enter as many times as you like, but it must be from a different subscription. So in other words, let's just say your husband or your partner has a subscription on YouTube and you have your subscription, then you can enter using both of those. It doesn't matter how many times you enter, so long as it is from a different subscription that has subscribed to this channel. I hope that makes sense. If any of this does not make sense, everyone, please feel free to email me on, and I'll just put it here in the subtitles, ostbooktravels@yahoo.com. I'll just put that in the titles. Ask any question and I will endeavour to answer it the best I can in relation to the book competition. If something doesn't make sense or you need to clarify something, by all means just ask. Or even better still, in the comment section below, because I will be monitoring this episode. So if you have a question, just ask it in the comments section. But if you can't do that, then by all means email me in the Australian Book Travels email. So I hope that has clarified everything. There will be 2 winners, one in the Northern Hemisphere, one in the Southern Hemisphere. Oh, and when you do enter, everyone, enter using the email for Australian Book Travels and give me the answers, your name, and your channel name. Like if you've subscribed, sometimes I've noticed people have a different subscription name to YouTube compared to their real name. Not everyone uses their real name. So please give me your subscription name, your name, and where you are in the world. So let's say you're here in Australia. Please tell me that you're in Australia and add to that Southern Hemisphere. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, let's say you're in Germany or you're in Canada or America, they're in the US, then please say, Idaho, Northern Hemisphere, or Canada, Vancouver, Northern Hemisphere, or England, Northern Hemisphere. Just let me know where you are. You don't give me your address yet until if you win. And then when you win, I will contact you for your address. And then we can also discuss where we will purchase your books. Now, if you're in England or anywhere in the vicinity of England, we will be asking Tea Leaves and Reads to send the book to you. If you're in Australia, I will organise an independent bookshop here. And of course, if you're in America, in the US, I will discuss the issues with you where your nearest bookshop is. So I hope that does make sense. I know that sounds a bit convoluted, and I am trying to get as much information out to you as possible. So I may forget, or if I rabbit on, please forgive me. I'm just trying to get that information out to you as quickly and as succinctly as possible. Right, so that's it. The book competition will begin next week though you can enter as many times in that 2 weeks, but the book competition will close on Monday, the 29th of September. And you can enter as many times so long as it's from a different subscription to YouTube, and supplying your name, the location, your hemisphere, and also, that's right, let me know the genre of book that you like. So if it's crime fiction, if it's true crime, nature walking, nature observation, romance, anything like that, just let me know the genre as well in your when you enter the competition. Good luck, everyone. I will have the questions ready next week, and we'll just perhaps go through a few books next week as well, but it will be really about the competition. The other thing I wanted to let you know is we have definitely started the chicken coop, the second chicken coop. I will try and film some in between the rain. I will try and film what I have done this week in relation to the chicken coop. I have dug out the pot, most of the potholes or the post holes. I did it all by hand, but I will show you that if I can, the progress I've made on that. We're hoping, I was able to do it this week because it was sunny, but of course today it's raining, and I think we're expecting rain for the next few days, so I won't be able to get much more done. But I'll let you, at the end of this video, I will show you what has happened. It's nothing too exciting, but it's exciting for me because there's progress, and I do like to see a bit of progress, particularly when I have wanted this for quite some time. So I will show you that at the end of this episode. And that's it, everyone. Don't forget, this is Happiness by Niall Williams. Absolutely beautiful. And if you can see the movie 4 Letters of Love, the book was absolutely beautiful. And Claire Grattage's Conflict of Interest and The Unexpected Return of Josephine Fox. These are the Josephine Fox Murder Mystery Series. Absolutely beautiful. I love them. Really good fun. Oh, and Rachel Hawes' One Moonlit Night. Absolutely beautiful. I recommend it. It's intriguing and compelling. It's beautifully written, and yeah, it tugs at the heartstrings a little bit too. Okay, that's that. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up and comment. We really love your comments. I do apologise at the moment. I am very slow in getting back to responding to comments, but the reason for that will reveal itself in good time. I promise you there is a good reason, but I do try and get back to you as soon as I can. We love reading your comments. So obviously, more often than not at the moment, I'm reading your comments, but I just haven't got time to respond as quickly as I would like, because oftentimes I have to get on and do other things. As I say, that will reveal itself in good time. Okay, everyone, I will finish my coffee, or maybe not. Maybe that will have to, I will have to heat it, reheat it, or get myself a fresh one. Okay. Have a wonderful week, everyone. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. I am in a bit of a whirlwind because I am looking outside. I know that I have been walking, as most of you will know, I've been walking 5 kilometres a few times a week, and I really am due for a 5 kilometre walk today. I have been very busy the last few days and I haven't been able to go out for a walk, but it really is raining, and I'm in two minds. Do I just push through the rain and do my 5 kilometres, or sit here and enjoy a cup of coffee and perhaps lunch? I'm not too sure. I should really push through. I shouldn't be too sensitive about these things. I should just get on and get that walk in, the power walk. Anyway, hopefully I have the gumption enough to get out there and do it. I'll see. Anyway, everyone, have a wonderful week. Remember, it doesn't matter what you read, or how often you read, or how much you read at a time. Reading is good for you, even if it's a paragraph. It helps with your cognitive abilities. It helps with your memory, all of those sort of, and also your literacy skills. It's really important. You learn new words, or you even if you're reading a novel, which is what I have done, and I'm sure many of you will have done. You read a novel and you think, that doesn't sound right. That is actually not the correct use of the English language. I have done that, and it does make you think. And I've often thought, oh, am I right in that? So I will double check myself, and I may ask someone who I believe is has better English skills than I do, better grammatical skills, or I may Google it as well, using the English version of the Google, not American version, only because my heritage is English, so I use the English language, not the American version. So yeah, I will do that. So it helps you with things like that, to question yourself, which is always good. And I have had to realize and accept that language changes and not get stuck in my ways. There are limits on that as well. For me, there are certain things that I won't accept, and I'm sure some of you will feel the same way. You've been brought up a certain way, you've been educated a certain way to know this is correct or this isn't correct, and so that is very hard to change. And if I believe that the way that I have been taught is correct in terms of the reasons why it was used historically, then I continue using it. But if I think, oh, well, it doesn't hurt to let the language evolve, then I try to do the best I can. Let me know what you think about that, about the change in language these days. I cannot come to terms with the texting style of language, using the letter U for the person, for the second person. I don't. And using the letter R for ARE, I cannot do that. I text longhand. It's just a quirk of mine. But do let me know what you think about that. I am very much, I can understand language progresses and it changes over time, but there are just some things I can't come to terms with. I think I'm going to be left behind, everyone. I'm going to be considered a dinosaur if I'm not already. But anyway, okay. Look after yourselves, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Read whatever you can, wherever you can, how much you can. It's not about the speed. It's about the enjoyment of the writing and the pleasurable experience that you get from sitting back, taking 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours out of your day to enjoy reading. Okay, enough of that, everyone. I'll let you go. Enjoy your week. Take care. Happy reading. Bye for now.